We are back here, guys, for the ILW Genesis main event between #1 contender Drew McIntyre and MJF. Now, last month, Drew McIntyre won the Fight Night Battle Royal, defeating 9 other men, including the last participant, CM Punk, to become #1 contender for MJF's championship. And throughout MJF's title reign, he's been quite elusive. He's been very dastardly in his attempts to regain his championship. But can this man, Drew McIntyre, be the one to take the title off the waist of the self-proclaimed devil? As you see McIntyre, he's been here since the start of ILW, and a lot would argue that McIntyre hasn't been given a shot at the top of the card. This is his shot. You got to think he has something to prove. And McIntyre is not a man that plays games or is intimidated easily. So you got to think McIntyre going into this matchup is going to be ruthless. Right there, already taking shots at CM Punk, looking at the wrist, telling us it's his time, not clobbering time. McIntyre, though, looks better than ever, more ready than ever, more focused. I've never seen a more focused Scottish warrior. And that man, MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, our ILW champion, being accompanied by the masked man, calling himself the devil. So you gotta think MJF does have an edge. He has that man with him that we don't know who it is. MJF, you'd have to presume, is the only one who knows who it is. We've never seen this man without a mask on. We've seen some of his moves. There have been suspicions about who this man can be. There you see MJF posing while the devil stares down McIntyre. Oh, devil getting in the ring, getting face to face. Here's Nate for the introductions.
This next match is scheduled for one fall and is for the ILW Championship. Your challenger from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 275 pounds, Drew McIntyre. Your champion from Long Island, New York, weighing in at 225 pounds, he is the salt of the earth, and the ILW champion, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF.
MJF already taunting Drew McIntyre, laying that belt down, telling him to come get it, basically. But McIntyre looks unfazed. Right there, the ILW Championship. But these two men, these two warriors of the professional wrestling ring are fighting for, as you see, senior official John Cone holding up that championship. Drew McIntyre has not let his eyes off of MJF since the start of this. MJF circling McIntyre for the lockup. Usually both men, that's something they both participate in. McIntyre throwing MJF up, belly to belly, over the top rope onto that stage on the outside. McIntyre starting this match off very hot. Yeah, I think he might have been going for a dive there, but MJF with the drop down goes for the takeover, but McIntyre catches him. MJF over the slide down the back, goes for the roll up. MJF rolls through. McIntyre goes for a clothesline. Big boot to the face of Drew McIntyre. Now, MJF bouncing off the ropes. McIntyre able to back body drop, sending Max all the way to his stomach. You gotta think the force it took to drop MJF like that, and then the back body drop on the upper part of the shoulders and neck. MJF able to reverse the powerbomb attempt into a spike DDT. Now we got the first pinfall of the evening and McIntyre able to kick out at 2. MJF looking in disbelief, but you're not going to take down Drew McIntyre that easily. Now having Drew in the corner with the clothesline, looks to be going for that brain buster, but shades of his friend Sheamus hitting some white noise. McIntyre going to the outside. He was looking at those mats, but got distracted by the devil. MJF sending McIntyre into the steel stairs. Follows it up with a neck breaker on the outside. And Max quickly back in the ring. The referee, stopped his count at 6 and was already up to 9. McIntyre safely getting in the ring. MJF though argue with the ref. You gotta think he was wanting this matchup to be over then and there. What's MJF doing? Bringing him out back to the apron. Superplex onto the steel stairs, but McIntyre doesn't even let Max breathe. Pile driver, oh my goodness, onto the top of the stairs. MJF might be out. That might be it for this matchup. McIntyre bringing him back in the ring, but we're going to take one more look at that. So MJF might have been going for a suplex on the apron. McIntyre reverses it, superplex on the top of the stairs, follows it up with one of the sickest pile drivers I've ever seen on the top of them steel stairs. Planting Max right on his head. MJF might be out. You gotta think this is a pinfall attempt. This is a chance to end the matchup. MJF able to kick out. And you gotta think Drew McIntyre looked in disbelief. He cannot believe that MJF was able to kick out of such substantial punishment. Going for a Claymore. MJF follows up with a super kick. Goes for another neck breaker. MJF going up to the top rope. Gotta think he might be going for some sort of moonsault. McIntyre able to German suplex him off the top rope. MJF lands on his feet and hits a Claymore of his own. But McIntyre with enough ring awareness to roll out of the ring. MJF looks ready. He's eyeing Drew McIntyre, who's standing on that stage. MJF going for a springboard, something you never see Max go for. McIntyre catches him, goes to launch him onto the floor, but tornado, DDT, both men crashing down to the floor below. You got to think McIntyre probably got the worst of that encounter, landing on his head and neck. But look at this one more time. Max going for that springboard. Drew catching him. And you got to think he looked to be about to toss him off the stage. But MJF DDTs McIntyre on the tip of his head. Both men staggering to their feet. MJF on the barricade. McIntyre making his slow climb into the ring. MJF now going for another springboard maneuver. This time with that stomp on the inner arm. Swoops around. Hits the German suplex. Bridges. Not able to get the pinfall. MJF stomping on the elbow of Drew McIntyre, working down that arm. You got to think for that salt of the other arm bar. But he hit that DDT. MJF, though, maybe going to the well one too many times. Going for that moonsault. Got a boot to the face for his trouble. And now McIntyre going for that double arm DDT. But MJF working that arm again. Going for an RKO. But Drew McIntyre reverses it. Looked to be going for like a power driver. But MJF reverses out on the apron and power driver right in front of us. And McIntyre might be done. But wait a minute, guys. MJF holding that knee. He might have blown his knee out, hitting that power driver off the apron. The devil checking out the knee. Check this out one more time. McIntyre reversed the cutter into a power driver position. And MJF reversed that. And DDTs him right in front of me out here on the floor. Now the referee and the devil out here checking on Max. Drew McIntyre, though, able to make that climb back into the ring. But Wardlow out here. Power bomb to Drew McIntyre while the referee's back's turned. MJF might be one of the slimiest individuals I've ever met. Even when MJF is in a position to where we are forced to care for him, he makes it to where you just cannot. And now, right here, this might be where MJF steals the victory, but no! McIntyre able to kick out, but MJF locks in that armbar, locks in that salt of the earth armbar. You got to think Drew McIntyre is in excruciating pain right now. Right here in front of me, the devil cleared off my announce desk, staring me down while MJF is in the ring. Locked in the salt of the earth armbar. Drew McIntyre able to make it to that bottom rope. The referee making that 5 count. Before it reaches 5s and the disqualification was underway, MJF broke up the armbar, follows it up with that brain buster. Sometimes he uses to finish matchups, but Drew McIntyre now rolling to the outside. Yeah, I think that's a mistake right now. That heat-seeking pile driver. And Drew falls back out of the ring on top of my table. And MJF working his way to the top rope. But McIntyre with the angle slam through my announce desk. Guys, holy shit is right. Take one more look at this. McIntyre was prone on my desk. Follows it up with that Olympic slam, that angle slam through the desk. MJF has not moved since the encounter. McIntyre in the ring, the referee checking on him. The devil out here helped Max get to his feet. Max though looks pissed. He looks angry, storming into the ring. McIntyre going for that Claymore. MJF drops him on that powerbomb on his knee, but that's that injured knee. As you see that, the knee pad is down. He's been favoring that knee since this started. Both men getting to their feet at the same time. And McIntyre telling Max to bring it. Telling him fight. Chop to the chest by MJF. Forearm to the chin. European uppercut. These men just exchanging blows. But that right hand sent MJF down to his ass. And now Drew McIntyre might have just ended this all with that Claymore to the face of MJF, but he kicks out. Guys, look, he done though, just ambushed the devil and Gunther. Over here, clotheslines. Wardlow. Drew McIntyre looks so confused. MJF going for the roll-up. Got him by the tights, and MJF just stole the ILW Championship. He just stole his championship back. But guys, wait a minute. That's Nigel McGuinness. Went to shake the hand of MJF and took the head off of Maxwell. Drew McIntyre looks confused. Gunther's got his squad next to him, and MJF is still ILW champion.